Michel Blusters to go on hunger strike if UK government not handle Magnitsky, Boris shuts up. Christian Michel, the alleged middleman in the Augusta-Westland VIP helicopter deal, has written a letter to UK Prime Minister Boris Johnson about his intention to go on a hunger strike from November 25 unless the British government takes action on his case. He said in his letter, handed over to a British diplomat during a consular access meeting at Delhi's Tihar jail on November 9, that his hunger strike will continue till the UK government announces its intention to apply the Magnitsky sanctions regime against those involved in the abduction of Princess Latifa of the United Arab Emirates, UAE, in international waters off the coast of India on March 4, 2018. Michel, a British national, has been held in India since December 2018 after being extradited from the UAE. He and his legal team have for long contended the UAE granted his extradition in exchange for the seizure and return of the princess. The UK established the Magnitsky or Global Human Rights Sanctions regime during 2020-21 to target those responsible for human rights violations or corruption. The name is derived from Sergei Magnitsky, a Russian tax lawyer who uncovered a $230 million fraud committed by tax officials in 2007, and was jailed on charges of tax evasion in 2008 and died in prison the following year. Indian authorities did not respond to requests for comment on the matter. Michel was living in Dubai when India requested his extradition for his involvement in alleged irregularities in the 2010 agreement to acquire 12 Augusta-Westland helicopters worth €556.2 million. At the time, he was an intermediary and external consultant for a subsidiary of Augusta-Westland. Michel denied any involvement in wrongdoing and pointed to the acquittal in Italy of 2 senior Augusta-Westland executives as proof that there was no corruption in the case. In March, the Working Group on Arbitrary Detention, WGAD, which reports to the Office of the United Nations High Commissioner for Human Rights, called on the Indian government to immediately release Michel, as his detention was arbitrary and violated the Universal Declaration of Human Rights. The Foreign Office rejected the findings of the UN expert groups and said the findings were based on biased allegations from an unidentified source and an inaccurate understanding of the criminal justice system of the United States. India. In his letter to the British Prime Minister, which was viewed by the Hindustan Times, Michel repeated his claim that he had been pressured by a senior CBI official in Dubai to sign a false confession naming the leaders of the Party of Congress. Sir, I think it is obvious that after 3 years without charge or trial, there is no legal process for political prisoners, Michel wrote in the 9-page handwritten letter. Prime Minister, I did my best to work with due process during 130 days in Dubai jail and 3 years in prison in India. It doesn't work, he added. I've heard people say I'm probably guilty. It's up to the court to decide. All I want is a lawsuit, I'm not even asking for a fair one. During the November 9 meeting with Edward Bosley, the UK consul in India, Michel made it clear that he could not make a deal because what Ed/CBI wanted him to say to make a deal no was simply not true, people familiar with the matter said. On condition of anonymity. The UK side has not publicly commented on the Michel's case, but UK officials including Tariq Ahmad, the Minister of State for South Asia and the Commonwealth, and former Foreign Secretary Dominic Raab have addressed the issue with Foreign Minister Harsh Shringla and senior Indian official Commissioner in London and Foreign Minister S. Jaishankar between May and July of this year.